Okay, let's see. Okay, you are listening to Lore's blog, and what you're about to hear is I had to read over it a little bit. These are, if I can cram them together, are stories that my grandma wrote about her grandfather. I forgot what his name is. Oh, gracious. But I'll tell you about it anyway. It's This one is called Grandfather's Bear Number One, and I've got to cipher it. And of course, my name is Loretta Nash, and these are from my grandmother, Evelyn Haycock. Yes, got a funny name, but let me read what it says, or try to. My grandma only had a third grade education. By the time she was 10, she had to go work in the field. Um, and she did learn how to read, write in cursive because of when she was born. She was born at the time of the pandemic flu of 1918, just a little bit after World War One. That's what she stated in her first story. And let me go ahead and read what I can make out of this. Grandfather's Bear Number One. My grandfather Penny was born on a mountainside in Tennessee. His mother had been Danu for a few years. Down, D-A, okay, been, oh, dead. Okay, yeah, been, okay. His mother had been dead. That's what that is. For a few years. At 15, his father died, left him and his brother alone. Us, as the older children married and had children of their own, it was full. Okay, so he did have my great great my fourth great grandfather, Penny, had a brother, and the older kids, they already married and had children of their own. It was the feel of the year. It was fall of the year. Hard. So they finished gleaning the crops and put it in the barn, as they had been for years. His brother left one day. They got, I don't know what this word is, gambling? I think it was got, I think it's gambling. It looks like caught gambling. I guess he was gambling. So the next day, grandfather turned the mules out and the cow and the calf and went to Arkansas on foot. On his way, he stopped at a log cabin, I guess somewhere in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's what it says, in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, let me get to the next page. Or, yeah, this next page. Okay. He met a man who was looking for men and boys to work in his logging camp in Arkansas. So grandfather went with him the country. Oh, now I remember. Oh, okay. This is Elihu. Uh, my great grandpa Elihu. Elihu. Yeah, that and he came to Arkansas. Yeah, I remember the story. So grandfather went with him. The country looked like a good trapping country. So he set out to do traps. Far from the barn, Evelyn on his way on the of Mark. Something after Mark. He and another man met a bear. Then a drought behind a tree, darted behind a tree, and ran back to camp and told them a bear had grandfather's uh, eaten grandfather's stew. Bear looked at and grandfather. The bear turned a half hip, and he said you could hear cane pop for a mile as they ran through them. Okay, so the bears were running out, and you could hear the cane pop for miles. Oh yeah, so it sounded like gunfire. Okay. Oh, it's hard to understand this stuff. Okay, bear number 2. Uh, yeah, because this is yeah. Okay, number 2. Grandfather lived in Arkansas in the late 1800s. He farmed and cleared threw off land to he farmed off land that he farmed. He was clearing trees one day. Back then, they could work until sundown. So on his way home that night, he thought a dog was okay. So he was going, and he thought it was a dog following him. He hid in the bush and waited for the dog, and jumped out and stomped the ground yelling. He didn't see where the dog went, so he walked slow and looked for the dog. That night, some men came by and asked him if he wanted to buy some bear meat. They said it was walking down the road about 7:30 that night, about a half a mile below where grandfather would have crossed. He would have met on the other met another bear been look if he hadn't been looking for the dog. In other words, he was somebody killed a bear was following him. Ooh, that's scary. That would be scary. Okay, and that's all I got on the bears. Let me see. Okay. I don't know if I want to start this next story. Ooh, it is the page is all weird. It's got yucky stains on it. First man. Last name. Oh, last name, first name. Lester Johnny. Johnny Miles Langston. Yeah, it says Johnny Lester and Miles Langston. That's what it says. So I guess this is more stories about my family. This page is, and it goes up to the Civil War. It's the listing has, and I really don't want to go and read that yet. Okay, so you are listening to Laura's blog. I still got a little bit of minutes to go before I start. I don't believe I have any more of the third bear story. It's just got a lot of listings of, let's see what this one says. Oh, it is so messed up. Wild grapes. 4-year-old. And you gotta think, some of these pages are mixed up. And everything's all, mixed up. Okay, this is a story about her talking. Her moving to, yeah, I remember that. So this is going to be talking about her moving back down to Mississippi. And then this is the family story. And that's all about the bears. It said 3. Oh, no, it said 1 and 2, right? Yeah. Yeah, Elihu. I think, yeah, that's, he had a funny name. I do remember Miles Elihu. I think he was Penny. Wait, the Elihu was the other one. I can't remember my great grandpa's name. Okay, so we got. If you want to see my artwork, you can always go to LORGH.blog and see my beautiful paintings that I do. Besides read stories and read things and make videos just for fun. But anyway, that's the little things that my grandma had about bears and stuff. But I do remember some of the stories. Cause my mama used to talk about them. He goes to come here, Arkansas, and so he crossed. So whoa, this is so scary if you think about it. I'm at a place that he probably sat and burnt, camped since he walked. And I think he was married to my great grandma, Gahagan. That was her maiden name was Gahagan. Yeah, and my grandma's writing this, so she's not talking about great grandpa Cletus. So she's talking about the other one. All right, let me go ahead and stop. And I'll start reading the other stories here in a bit. Please subscribe and for these interesting stories. See you in a bit.